Hey baddie, today we're doing this Kylie Jenner makeup that went viral on TikTok, went viral on Instagram, basically everywhere. And it's all about this very, very bright pink blush and these mesmerizing, glittery, cut crease eyes that we did back in 2016. And this video is gonna be like a very chill, but very in-depth tutorial. And we're just gonna yap. We're gonna have a good time and we're gonna enjoy the process of doing makeup, which for me, and probably for you, honey, I see you, is very calming. It's very just, the girls and the gays are getting ready. And this is what this video is about. So give it a like, comment down below if you have any questions. In the meantime, you're more than welcome then to subscribe and maybe stalk my other social medias. And without further ado, just let's get into it. I don't want to waste your time. Let's get this makeup on. To start this makeup the right way, the 2016 way, we have to start with our eyes first. And back in the day, and some people still are using this product, they were going in with the P. Louise base for the eyes. By the way, I finally got my final teeth. What do you think? This is the process that felt like was going on for forever, but it was actually about like a month and a half because they had to do this laser, so my teeth are like taller when I smile, so I don't have that gummy smile anymore. I'm really just happy with the results, but I'm still getting used to it. But this is just like the process. So whatever. The point of using this P. Louise base is basically allowing all the eyeshadow pigments to really pop. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit out of practice when it comes to using just P. Louise and creating this cut creases. So crossing my fingers, this is going to go on smoothly. But other than that, I'm really so excited to dive back into the makeup, into the glam, into the grits of 2016, and to really feel like a true baddie, because every time I put on a good makeup that I succeed at, I'm so happy, my mood lightens up, and it's so much more about the inside feeling that makeup gives you. When you're using any type of eyeshadow primers, you always want to tap on the product, like so. If you're using this type of products, you really have to be fast when you're using them because they really crease like really fast. Kylie has like a neutral base, so we're gonna start with building the eye shape first, and then we're gonna cut the crease. And I'm gonna try to use as much drugstore products as possible. So we're gonna go in with the Milani all-inclusive eye, cheek, and face palette. And we're gonna go in with this top shadow. This is truly such a beautiful shadow. I love using bronzers as an eyeshadow, just like the colors you would use for your face, because I find the end result comes out really cohesive, really harmonic, and it is just so beautiful and very connected, which I like with makeup. I'm going in with a round fluffy brush and just gonna really coat the brush with this eyeshadow, babes. And before we apply it, we just wanna tap whatever has creased in the meantime. And now we're gonna, without blinking, really just start applying the eyeshadow. In this like cat eye shape. So this is without blending, obviously. And whatever is left on the brush, we want to connect it to the beginning of the brow, because this later on will connect to our nose contour. And this is optically, if you have like a heavier brow or hooded eyes, this is an amazing tip with any eyeshadow. This optically, visually, it lifts your eye and your eyes look more awake and just refreshed. So this is like a great makeup tip, but just tap the product. And now with the same brush, we're just gonna start blending. to get like a nice buttery melt. With this eye base, it's really easy to blend your shadows. See? Really buttery, like really nicely blended. And because this is a light enough color, your eyebrows are already like defined and snatched. You don't need to go in with the concealer later if you're careful enough while blending this eyeshadow. So we're basically creating like a half circle to get that Kylie eyeshadow. The pressure of your brush has to be really light. So to make that happen even more easily, you wanna hold your brush at the end of the brush tail, whatever this is called. Because if you hold your brush like so, closer to the bristles, the pressure just automatically is gonna be much harder. So a great tip also for blending out eyeshadow and to have like a nicer result is to hold the brush at its end. So, or really close to the end. In this way, you're really gonna have naturally just like a very light pressure. So the eyeshadow will look so much better. Because we started with our eyes, don't be afraid to go over your primer just to make everything easier for you to blend. We're gonna clean this up later. And girl, whatever is going on with my mouth corners is diabolical. I don't know what's going on, but my mouth is recently has been so dry, probably because I'm drinking so much caffeine. I don't know, I'm just so tired lately. And I'm taking all the vitamins, all the supplements, really having like a clean diet. So I don't know. I don't know what that is. Just tap, tap, tap. And now we want like an eyeshadow base that's like a skin tone color. For that, I'm actually gonna use the Anastasia palette, the contour palette. And I'm gonna mix the lightest shade and this banana color shade. And before you apply it, make sure there aren't creases. So just tap over everything. And then just set the cream in place. Now we wanna go back in with previous colors to have this edge like seamless and to like buff it out. So I'm just gonna go and use the brush with the darkest shade. Whatever is left on the brush is probably gonna be enough. You have to be careful because we don't wanna lose this kind of shape that we have going on. So you can like tap over with really like a light pressure. The first base is gonna be like this darker shimmer. I'm gonna use this round brush. And this is gonna also add like a color to our eyelid. So it's not as light as it is right now. Our lightest sparkle is gonna be this one from the Yves Saint Laurent Beauty Palette, darling. And we're just gonna place it in our inner corner. This has like the most amazing sparkle. And now the same shimmer will go in the center. And it's gonna connect at like this 45-degree angle to the brow bone. I'm just gonna use my finger for more payout of the pigment. See, this is what really brings out this eye makeup. Because there's never enough glitter, I have this Milani palette. I'm so sorry for using so many different eyeshadow palettes. That just means I need a new one that has like a lot of versatility to it. So I'm just gonna add the brightest glitter shade to the inner corner to really pop the whole eye. And I'm gonna mix a little bit of this Gauche palette, the lightest and the teeniest tiniest bit of gold to add to the dimension of the inner corner. And then I'm gonna add some gold and some dark gold to right here. And this is what makes this whole eye look pop. Now we need an eyeliner. I'm just gonna take this liner from MUA Makeup Academy and I'm gonna try to create like a perfect wing. Wish me luck. So another great tip is to follow your bottom waterline when you're trying to figure out at what angle you should place your eyeliner. And you also want to like connect it to the inner corner, but not creating any kind of like a sharp line, just connecting it to where your natural just line ends, you know? Now we want to add like a half flash that's really natural, nothing too intense, nothing too fake, because we just want to have this wispy look. I'm gonna go for this half lash. This is from Shein actually. Also, you want to curl your lashes, especially if you're using a half lash like me. We really want to curl those baddies. I'm just gonna place a lash and do the other eye. I applied some falsies, and this is how our eyes are looking right now, honey. And because we're gonna do full glam, our skin has to be nourished, it has to be hydrated. So I'm going in with the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist. This is so refreshing and so soothing for the skin. Now for the under eye, I'm gonna try out the L'Oreal Revitalift Eye Bag Instant Eraser. I've never tried this. I've seen viral videos on it. I'm really curious if it actually does anything. I'm going to use the moisturizer from Embryolisse. This is the Rose Edition. You can use this as a blush. I'm just going to use it today as it is, just because, you know, I don't have nothing else right now. It has a red pigment, so I look awful right now. I look like, oh my god, this is awful. We're gonna cover this up, don't worry. The primer, the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I've been really loving this primer recently. It also comes with this spatula, so you can just scoop out your primer. So it's definitely more hygienic. It really is like blurring, but for me, because I have sensitive skin, it is kind of like harsh. There is like an ingredient in it that I feel, especially after I shave, it's like really just like itchy, like kind of like a burning sensation, just like those lip filler glosses that tingle your skin. But it really does blur and fill out like the pores. I think that's like a good sign that I should stop using the product if it's like burning your skin. But you know, it really works, so what can I go do? For the foundation and the concealer, we need something full coverage. I'm gonna mix the Lancome foundation with the Yves Saint Laurent one, all hours. This is really matte, which is not the best thing for my skin. But this is a bit more dewy and a bit more tan, so I'm just gonna mix and create a perfect shade. So I'm just gonna add like 1 pump of the Yves Saint Laurent and 2.5 pumps of this foundation. I feel like this is gonna be a perfect match, honey. Oh yeah, this is so satisfying. I get so quiet when I do my makeup just because I am enjoying the process right now, and I'm really appreciating the full coverageness of it all. I'm really appreciating just like that we're creating like a 2016 glam. Like, I mean, it's the new 2016 glam, but still, I'm so happy. Honestly. Now that we have an even base and even look, we're gonna use contour and of course the pink blush. We're gonna use the Curve Case from Made by Mitchell, and you can see the colors are amazing for this makeup look. We're gonna take a brush. This one is gonna be perfect. That's quite dense, so we can take and add a lot of coverage. And I'm just gonna use the warm color first and just start sculpting my face, honestly. So you wanna apply it on your cheekbones and then take a cooler shade and just define your jawline. I'm adding a bit of the cooler shade underneath right here. This is gonna be stunning. Now I'm gonna contour and snatch the temples, honey. Really going into my hairline. So I'm basically connecting it at like this 45-degree angle. It's also gonna help with lifting our face because Kylie's glam is really snatched and lifted. So that's what we're going for. Now you wanna take like a contour brush. And this is from Morphe. This is like, I think, the James Charles collab. This is like so old, like 6 years old, and it's still like a great, great, great brush. And I'm just gonna take the cooler shade for the nose contour. And I'm just gonna start wherever I left with my eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna follow what we've created prior. The closer together the lines, the more narrow your nose will appear. And I'm also like blending and connecting the teeniest, tiniest bit of product to my brows because this is gonna really just connect the whole look. And I'm also just going through my brows. So I have like a nice warm base underneath. And now you want to take the same warm and cool mix of the cream contour slash bronzer and just, we're going to contour our lips to make them more pouty and kissable, more Kardashian-like. This is really gonna, emphasize our anatomy of the lips. And for now, we're gonna leave it at that because we want to blend this first and then we're gonna go in with the blush and concealer. Take your favorite brush for blending. I love this kind of very, not even as dense of a brush. And always start at your jawline because here you want like a really seamless blend and you don't want any harsh shadows. You don't want any kind of lines. We're just gonna go in with that. And whatever I have left of foundation, I'm just gonna dip in and just blend. Then we're gonna blend the lips. You wanna blend inwards. And now we wanna blend the nose contour. So just inwards, always inwards when it comes to your nose contour. And now the cheekbones, honey. The forehead next, honey. And just really focus just on blending, The more blending, the better. Go in with a beauty sponge and also start at your jaw. Just tap over because we have some product from blending out our foundation. So this is just gonna help enhance that nice seamless transitions in between each product. I can see some like harsh lines going on here. So I'm gonna mix some more foundation because we have to be flawless, honey. This is the Kylie Glam. This is our opportunity to show our skill to be perfect. So I'm just gonna take the beauty sponge. I'm just gonna blend out this part right here. Teeny tiny bit more. This is one of my favorite steps probably because the colors are everything. I'm gonna go in with this pink shade first. Oh my god, this is so exciting. I love blush. And a bit of a lighter color. right here. Is it giving already? Now I'm gonna take this brush and we want to start blending on our under eye so we get like this seamless look. So this color is just so pretty. Isn't it pretty? Now we want to use some concealer, and for the concealer I'm gonna go in with a full coverage one. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Paris, and I'm gonna use like this medium shade, and I'm gonna combine it with a very light shade because we want that bright under eye. I'm gonna dry it with a fan. This way, when we're gonna blend, it's not gonna go all over the place, so we still have like the strategic placement completely intact. So that's why this is really important. I'm gonna take the beauty sponge, and we want the least amount of coverage on our forehead, so this is where we're gonna start. And then very precisely blend out your nose. If you have your contour brush, you can go and redefine those lines. And then just blend out the rest of the concealer, honey. And see how everything connects? This line connects to the nose, and the cut crease, the open cut crease, connects to the concealer, so everything is connected. Going back in with a little bit of the contour, whatever's left on the brush. And going back in with a blush. See this under eye kind of situation going on? It looks horrible. And that's because of the L'Oreal Under Eye Revitalift Cream, because I haven't used anything else under this area and I really do hate it. So I'm gonna take some essence. This is the Jelly Grip Spray. And I can just hope this is gonna somehow make it better. But honestly, I don't think it will. I'm gonna fix this and I'll be right back because I don't want to waste your time. That was very quick, thankfully. Now, the important part is Huda Beauty powder. This is really, I would recommend a drugstore product, but I honestly don't have any drugstore product that works as greatly as Huda does. So we're just gonna have to go and invest in a really great powder like this one. And I'm actually gonna use whatever I have left in my lid of the Peach Pie setting, everything that's not in my under eye area. So like around my nose, under my nose, forehead, brows, nose, and right here. For the under eye, I just want to use the Cherry Blossom. This is really gonna brighten our under eye, and also it's gonna blend in with the blush, and we're gonna get that Kylie. Really coat, honey, really coat it. And just look up. I'm gonna carve out the nose contour even more. We're baking our face like we did in 2016, honey. And now we're gonna contour and sculpt our face with powders to really make this look even more dimensional, because we're gonna take flash photos, and for flash photography, everything needs to be like over exaggerated. And yeah, we have to like over exaggerate what we have going on. I'm gonna go in with the OG, the 2016 OG, I believe. Like this was Hoola, and I still love Hoola. I forget that I have it, so that's why I don't use it as often. But it is one of my favorite powders. I don't know why, like bronzers. It is so good, and the color is amazing. So we just have to reimburse what we already have going on with the creams, honey. Don't forget your nose contour and like your lip contour to just like go over with a powder. I'm gonna take a powder puff again. Just gonna clean up whatever I've messed up. Right here. And now the nose looks tiny, absolutely tiny. So while this is gonna bake, we're gonna do our under eye eyeshadow with a small brush that we've used before. I actually have all the pigment on it. We're just gonna define our lower lash line. And I'm just gonna apply the darker color right here just because I have hooded eyes and I have to really make it work this eye look for my anatomy. Okay, and now you wanna go in with a mascara. Just gonna use the MAC. Kylie has like a reddish kind of tone when it comes to her lip liner. This brown will work. This is the Anastasia in shade Sandstone. I know this tutorial is all over the place because I jump from my eyes to my lips and then I have to add some more blush, but it will be worth it. Kylie's Cupid's bow is very like round. So I'm really not trying to do a sharp line because that's what I usually go for. And we can overline the middle of our lips. The rest we have to follow our natural shape. I think this is a good start. Now we just want to take like a blending brush or like a lip brush. I think this will work. And just start buffing it inwards so we have like a nice transition. I'm gonna use the shade Honey Love by MAC. And I'm just gonna apply it with a brush. And the distinction / contrast between the lip liner and the lip is quite obvious. I'm just like redoing the contrast. I think that's not bright enough. So I'm just gonna go back in with this palette and I'm gonna add this color to the middle. Yeah, see? This is gonna brighten everything, and because it's a cream, it's a very versatile product. And now I'm gonna blend this out. I'm gonna go over with the MAC gloss. It is really sticky, which is amazing. And it really like stays in place. I really do love this gloss. For the final powder blush, I'm gonna take this color called Lilac. right here. And I'm just gonna apply this eyeshadow and use it as my blush because makeup honestly has no rules. If it works, it works. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of contour from Anastasia. Just to cool things up. I almost completely forgot about like this chunky glitter that Kylie has. So this is like Celestia Beauty palette and it has like this chunky glitter, which I just need to finish this look, you know? See, this is the sparkle that we are going for. It's like a foil glitter. Yes, this is it. And now I'm gonna do my brows off camera so you can do the same if you haven't already. And we'll be right back with the finished look. And this is the finished look, baddie. Honestly, I feel like such a cunt. I feel so sexy. I feel so lifted and snatched. Like, girl, we did it with this tutorial. Let me know down in the comments. Are you loving the whole 2016 full glam kind of in-depth tutorials here on YouTube? Long form content, let me know down in the comments. If you have any wishes or recommendations on what should I do tutorial on, if you have a specific problem with your makeup routine or you wish to know more about makeup or anything like that, let me know down in the comments. But I think we ate. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my other social medias where I'm also active. I mean, I'm trying my best. Let's say TikTok and IG. And until next time, don't forget that you are the baddest baddie, honey. And I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Bye!